What up? What up? Good morning. Good morning. GMGM. Thursday. Ooh, baby. Thursday. March 26th, March 27th, 2025. Look at that. Another beautiful day to have a beautiful day. I got my co-host in the house. Tyler. Mando. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. How you guys doing?
I'm doing fantastic. How are you?
I'm doing fantastic as well, actually. I'm doing fantastic as well. I woke up for the first time in 4 days with sunshine, so it's always lightens up my mood when I wake up to sunlight. It's nice. Do you wake up to sunlight every day in Portugal? Is it like 300 days of like sun?
It is 300 days of sun, but today it's like mixed. There's some sun this morning. Then
Ha! Got you beat today. Ha! Tyler. What's up, Tyler? How you doing?
I'm good. Farouk, I feel like you hate Wednesdays, you love Thursdays. So we have the hot energy coming in here today. I wish I could have appeared as the Giblified version of this for today.
Yeah, yo, that would be fire, right? Ghibli, like just everyone Ghibli, like host a show as like Studio Ghibli. That could be really fun. Is it Ghibli or is it Ghibli, by the way?
I don't know. I've only seen it written. I've never heard someone say it.
Because like I said Ghibli because GH, because like but
right.
It's kind of like it reminds me of the GIF versus GIF argument. You know what I mean? You guys say GIF or you say GIF?
GIF.
GIF. Tyler, what do you say? Uh-oh.
I say GIF, but I mispronounce a lot of things. So
I knew you were a GIF guy. I don't know why. I just had a feeling you were a GIF guy. It's very American of you. I think it's very American to say GIF. And it's very like non-American to say GIF, right? What you guys say GIF or GIF? Chat. Let us know. I see. Bongo. You say GIF or you say GIF?
GIF.
Did you say Ghibli or say Ghibli?
Wait,
Ghibli.
There you go. I kind of like having Bongo hanging out on stage.
Pull up Bongo's Twitter. I gotta see if this is real. He posted this food picture of all the stuff he bought for $40
in Europe. Let's ask Mando if this is real. Mando, Bongo says that he bought all this for $40 in Europe. Do you think this is real or fake?
That's very real.
Yeah, I think so as well.
100% real.
Bongo, real or fake?
It's real.
Yeah.
Why would I lie?
Euros or dollars? Because that's different. Because the euro is quite stronger.
No, it's like $2 different. But yeah, this was $40.
Wow, this is true, man. Tyler, this is the truth. This is the truth.
In the U.S. So you
let me paint you a little picture here. When I go to New York, I take a Uber into town.
Yeah,
it takes me about 45 minutes. Okay, cost me
$200.
Well, maybe about 100.
Okay, fine.
I get in the Uber when I get from Lisbon, or we have Bolt over here, which is a bit more popular. Cost me €6.
Yeah,
and it's a 35-minute journey. This
is true. I know that for a fact. I can check this is real because that last time I was in Lisbon. Remember when we went to check out the Myriad team, and then we're there doing Ape Fest. I was stuck in traffic 45 minutes, and it cost me about €12 because it was like premium. So you get a comfort or regular would have been €6, right? I paid €12 for 45 minutes. I actually felt so bad that I tipped like 50%.
Yeah, like a standard Uber ride, like from just one place in Lisbon to another, that would be like €3.
Yeah, I actually felt bad, so I like doubled the guy's journey because I was like, surely these people can't be making enough money. And that's what it is. It is what it's in Montreal. It's the same. I know Tyler, you were shocked by the price of that thing, but I'm in your camp. In Montreal, like whatever Bongo just posted, if I go to my local little organic food shop that I shop at downstairs, what's
the super expensive one again in like California?
Oh, Erewhon. No, we don't have. Okay, that's insane. Danny told me one day he paid like $75 for a bottle of water. It's like this like crazy water bottle, but that's only Danny would do that, right? But anyways, today on the show, we're not going to talk about the price of things, but yeah, Tyler, it is like that. But rent is more expensive. But maybe not versus USA versus me. Like I'm shopping in Lisbon. I thought I would live like a king. Everyone looks like I may live in a shack with my budget. Like Amando's sending me
rent
stuff.
Is expensive. That's one thing that is expensive here because you have a lot of people who are digital nomads.
Yeah, but you do spend less on everything else, and
everything else is way cheaper.
It's a comp, but like my rent is going to be up 100% versus Montreal.
But Montreal rent is ridiculous.
This is true. This is well, also because I earn US dollars in Canada. So that's also the other part, right, Mando?
Right.
Like the Canadian dollar. But you're right. Like Montreal rent is insanely cheap, and you live good if you earn dollars in USD. Anyways, I should be hiring in Canada instead of hiring people in fucking America, dude. Americans are expensive. Anyways, side note. Americans are expensive. By the way, even salaries in Europe are much lower. But I guess they have more like things. But it's actually pretty crazy when you think about it from a business owner perspective. USA is really hella expensive. Anyways, the USA is great though. USA is great. Ferrari is going to increase their prices by 10% to offset President Trump's tariffs. Just saw that just in. So Tyler, looks like you're gonna have to pay 10% more for your incoming Ferrari. Yeah,
fine.
you know. Yeah, it's a good time to sell your exotic cars if you're in America because you could probably bank on that. Yeah, Mr. G Farouk's getting some biceps. Thank you. I'm working out a lot. I worked out 40 a lot. We're hitting. If I go today, it's supposed to be my day off, but probably tomorrow it's gonna be 50 for the year. So I'm at 49. Not bad. We're there. We're getting ripped. You know, it's gotta be ready for Lisboa. You know, wearing a lot of t-shirts there, a lot of shorts. You know, gotta hit it. Anyways, today on the show, I'd also have to be paid more to live in the US, says Rug Radio Account. Jesus Christ, intern. Anyway, market report. We'll talk about the market. Market is a bit lower today, but also like not insane, like 86.2. I like it. So we'll talk about that. Then we have Tyler's top 100 or 1,000. I mean, fuck, Tyler probably has a lot of stuff to cover. There's a lot of things happening right now. It's a walrus opening like 2 billion. Holy shit. We'll talk about all that good stuff. And then we have a guest coming on today. We have today's show partner coming on, Facet, which is an L2 focused on RWA. So I'm actually curious about what they're doing. So they're going to come on. And then last but not least, Robit loot box spins. Let's see what y'all get. I yet have to set the loot box. I'll do it during the show, but as usual, gonna probably put a high chance of winning a penguin. Kind of want to get a penguin win. So I'm going to push for that. And then the rest, well, red guys got swept. Nice. Fuck, red guy, man, keeps getting swept these days. I keep having to add new red guys. That's a good sign, I guess. Anyways, last but not least, this show is powered by Galaxis. We love Galaxis over here. Galaxis is a Web3 platform empowering creators and brands to build unstoppable communities with full ownership and independence, trusted by icons like Donald Trump, Steve Aoki, and Mike Tyson. Mike Tyson and the NBA shaping together the future of engagement, but also Wallet Connect. Wallet Connect is a connectivity network shaping the future of on-chain UX. If you've connected to a Web3 app, you've seen Wallet Connect. That blue logo, it's everywhere. As recognizable as Visa as checkout. Want to learn more? Follow Wallet Connect on X and Telegram to stay ahead of what next. Speaking of which, we're giving away 150,000 Wallet Connect tokens, guys. Participate. Trust me. It's like free money. Like the points program on Myriad Markets is free to join. You can use Myriad points for free, literally $0 needed. And there's a leaderboard right now. Let me see where I am. Was I booted from the leaderboard? I know usually my team likes to kick me out, so I can't participate. I mean, I clearly can't win, but I'm curious. Oh no, I was locked out. Okay, I'll check. But there's over 20,000 people participating, guys, in this thing. I'm 250th right now, top predictor in the Wallet Connect competition. That's not too bad. That's not too bad. Out of 26,000. Not bad. Yeah. Not bad. It's like top 1%, right? Something like that. So anyways, with that, Mando, how is this market doing? Where is this market going? Tell us, Senpai.
Who is the man, macro daddy of the land? Can you dig it?
Hello, everyone. So it doesn't feel that great the last 24 hours. The main thing there has just been the return of tariff worries and stocks kind of continuing to kind of sell off. We went below the 200-day moving average again in the S&P, which is quite an important level. Kind of may indicate that we're going to continue this downtrend for a little bit longer than was initially expected. A lot of those oversold metrics are now not as oversold, so that's not really going to save you anymore. Interestingly, gold just continues to push higher. So and for that reason, again, Bitcoin is slightly outperforming here.
Wow. Whoa! What a chart!
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Gold is doing well again, and Bitcoin's kind of holding on to that a little bit, I think. So we're not getting. Yesterday was not great for crypto, but it wasn't horrific again, even though the Nasdaq was down 2% again.
Nvidia was down a lot, right?
Yeah, a lot of big tech again getting hammered. I mean, a lot of this AI weakness may continue, right? We've spoken about how the China stuff may be important there, and can be a persistent worry for a lot of these major AI firms. So Microsoft flipped Nvidia actually yesterday.
Oh wow!
Yeah, and a lot of them Nvidia's again down today. A lot of them are like just looking a little bit bearish. It feels like, I don't know if they're going to turn it around or whatever. But that is definitely keeping crypto slightly slightly range bound. Like people are bullish, I think, on crypto. There's some individual stories which are doing relatively well. Like you can kind of see the coins that the market likes at the moment. In memes, it's probably kind of just Fartcoin and Pepe, I would say, have probably been the strongest two.
I haven't looked at Pepe in a while.
It's just held up okay.
Yeah,
that's what I would say. And then in L1s, it feels as though Bitcoin, AVAX has held up pretty well, interestingly, over the last few days, and Sonic, I would say as well. Probably,
yeah.
Those have been like the best bounces, I would say, or like held onto their gains. Solana has kind of drifted back lower again. I don't think that's maybe not a great.
It's 137-ish, 138. Yeah,
137. Yeah. ETH is didn't hold on to the gains really either. Hanging out around 2K again. So I don't know. It is becoming obvious, I think. Like if I go to the most the gainers over the last week, it's kind of been the same coins for a bit there.
a ton, yeah. Barra again, another
Barra.
7% day. Sui. Wow. Barrachin, guys, is really like, I mean, that has been a great coin to hold during the
Barra's been a great coin. Like we had him on yesterday.
Loved the interview yesterday, actually.
Has caught a lot of the AI move, and obviously this proof of liquidity. People are doing more DeFi stuff. So DeFi coins in general have been fairly liked. So I think DeFi and L1s are continuing to be the strongest, apart from like the odd meme. The daily runner isn't really holding on for that long, it feels like, and there are attempts to kind of get it going again, but it does still feel like memes are in a tougher market for a while, and NFTs are doing okay too. I'd say that's the
Punks are doing great. It's true. What are you laughing?
Yeah, they are. It's just,
I didn't say pups. I said punks.
Pups is always doing good, man. We don't have to worry about pups.
Pups goes ups.
Pups goes up. Hey, NFTs are doing great. Fucking Udi just fucking like banked like $20 million, brother.
How about that punk Bitcoin spread, baby?
How about that punk Bitcoin spread, baby? Let's pull up Tyler's spread. I mean, are we up?
We're not quite up.
86.5 versus drum roll 85.8. Not bad. It's honestly 1-to-1. It's been 1-to-1 forever.
Yeah, it's about the same. Clearly, somebody else was in this trade. Like I didn't really know. But yeah, all I'm basically saying is the macro fear is back.
So macro fear is back, Mando, and I want to ask you. So yesterday, what I liked seeing, I think Tyler, you mentioned that as well in the chat, is we got a lot of like technically negative tariff headlines again, and you're seeing them again this morning. Tariff. That's obviously again. We're waiting for Liberation Day next Wednesday, on April 2nd. But Mando, it appears that we stopped aggressively dumping on these headlines. Like there was a moment in the past month or so where like every single tariff headline, we just lost $1,000 a headline on Bitcoin. Like we just kept hammering down. Do you think we just went to oversold territory and now we're just cruising for the time being versus the rest of the market?
I think macro people. There was a report out yesterday which says 51% of the US think there's going to be some form of a stock market crash. There's a lot of worry that the valuations in AI are not going to be sustained here, and and like a lot of people have been like, oh, this is gonna be exactly the same as .com. It doesn't look as aggressive potentially in my eyes as .com. But I don't think people are like FOMO buying back in. Like Tesla bounced, for example, and Nvidia bounced a little bit, but it doesn't feel like. I think that you have a lot of like people who are a bit scared there, like waiting to see how the next few months evolve. It's very clear, like with AI, that you can catch up with each other just like unbelievably quickly. And it's still difficult how to actually create value with these, or if you can even hold on to value in that world. So I think that's like a ongoing worry of the stock market right now.
Okay.
Liberation Day.
Liberation Day.
I feel like
what do you think happens?
Any big moves before that?
What do you think happens, Tyler? You love your Liberation Day. What is your outlook on?
A few things have happened. So, like in the auto tariffs, I think part of the language that Trump uses, these are permanent and non-negotiable. So, I think that was one of the first times we've seen these hard line tariffs that aren't going to change. So, like that is telling us that at least a portion of these tariffs are real and they're going to be here for a while. So like the whole camp that thought maybe these are just negotiation tactics, at least for some of these, that's out the window. So I think that's a bearish indicator, I would say. That's my read on it. On the flip side, we have seen some of the countries who are facing reciprocal tariffs start to unwind their tariffs. Like Vietnam was one. I've seen a few other countries as well. I think India rescinded some tariffs that they had. So we'll see if we get like a mixed bag of results here. Then that could be a little bit on the bullish side. I think we'll have more information on all this in the next week. I'm no macro tariff expert, but that's what I've seen. And it just feels like no one's really we're not going to see any major moves until a little bit more concrete info is out.
Okay.
How the countries are going to handle these.
Okay. So I guess we'll see where this takes us in the market in the near future. So I'm trying to post this broadcast link. Just for you to know, we are live every day on audio and video. You can check us out on the Rug Radio YouTube, but also we broadcast here though. The X broadcast thing has never gone better, to be honest. And you can always, comment live on the show. Anyways, so with that, Tyler, let's get into today's topics. Let's get into what you got for us today.
Daily NFT and crypto analysis. Tyler T on FOMO hour cause the kids can't miss.
Crypto majors slightly red amidst more tariff news. 25% on all automobiles outside the U.S. Bitcoin down 86,004. Ethan sold down about 1% or so here as well. Hyperliquid fell 10% on the day after the protocol was left with short exposure to the JellyJelly meme coin, which soared to $50 million, testing the network's integrity. Hyperliquid validators ultimately voted to perform an automated liquidation of the position at a lower price point than their oracle showed. So that situation is resolved, though still some fallout coming from that. GameStop announced plans for a debt offering to raise $1.3 billion to buy Bitcoin. So 2 days ago, they approved Bitcoin as a treasury asset. 1 day ago, okay, they're going to buy $1.3 billion worth. So that was huge news. The blockchain group out of France also bought 580 Bitcoin for its balance sheet. That was 47 million euros worth. In stablecoin news, several U.S. legislators have shared plans to advance stablecoin and crypto market legislation over the next few days. I think we got a first glimpse of that Stable Act yesterday. Wyoming announced plans for their own stablecoin, YST, launching as soon as July. Just what everyone in Wyoming wants, their own stablecoin. And then USDC hit a new record market cap, crossing $60 billion. They now command 25% of the overall stablecoin market. And then Fidelity, they're throwing their hat in the ring. They announced they're testing their own stablecoin as well as they dive deeper into tokenization. Not necessarily crypto related, but Robinhood, folks, they are going full on financial services mode. They announced a new banking product. They announced a new AI-powered wealth management product and more. In token airdrop and protocol news, Walrus, they officially launched their mainnet, and that wall token dropped, folks. It opened at $500 million and a $2 billion FTV. Huge launch over on Swede this morning. Radium is preparing to launch their pump fund competitor Launch Lab. That's coming within the next week. Polymarket admitted some market manipulation took place by UMA Whales with the recent Ukraine minerals market bet, stating, though, that it couldn't offer compensation, but will work with UMA to prevent this from happening in the future. Fido announced $5,000 in weekly rewards for the top 50 yappers and top 50 emerging yappers, so keep yapping. Then shout out to Wasabi. They opened pre-deposits for the Bear token, with offering up to 300% APY plus points for those deposits. Rounding this out in AI and memes and NFTs. AI down about 7% on the day. Leaders are down about 3 to 10% across the board. Memes similar, down about 3 to 10%. Ghibli was the meme runner of the day. $23 million right now, $75 million in 24-hour volume. So one of the
Jesus Christ
we've had in quite some time. In NFTs, Taproot Wizards, they shared new details. That Dutch auction is happening today. I think 11 a.m. Eastern, right after
it's happening in half an hour, yeah, and you can bid in Sol.
0.42 Bitcoin decreases by 0.01 Bitcoin every 3 minutes, and then it's also viable in Solana, like you mentioned. Forgotten Universe, Flashback, they launched their game on
I like
Ronin.
those guys.
The access mode. Rip Cash artists sold 64 editions of pattern recognition for 2.22 ETH each. Pretty hefty sale there.
Ooh.
NBA Top Shot, they're still cooking. They debuted a fresh marketplace upgrade.
Okay.
Tab and a new way to filter their moments. So Top Shot still moving over there.
Wow. This is a lot. I mean, where do we even I think GameStop, right? Like I feel like this is the most fun relevant to majors news that was out there. That those guys, man, I fuck with them. They're like nonstop doing the thing. And buying Bitcoin. I mean, who's gonna be next? What is it? $1.3 billion Bitcoin buy they're announcing?
Yeah, that's the thing. So GameStop has $3 to $4 billion in cash on hand, and they're not using it. They are going to raise $1.3 billion through a private offering of convertible senior notes of debt. And then they're going to use it to acquire Bitcoin. And as they also announced as a part of this, they're going to close a significant number of stores in 2025 as ongoing efforts to enhance profitability. So it feels like they're kind of going that MicroStrategy route, right? Where they had an initial company model, maybe it's a little bit of a zombie company, it's a meme stock, and now they're pivoting to a Bitcoin company. And it doesn't feel like they're going to be the only one, right? Like we were talking about this in our group chat yesterday. It felt like there's maybe 50 companies or so who have significant stockpiles of Bitcoin right now. It feels like that number is going to 10x in the next couple of years. At least that's my read, because it sure feels like it's accelerating. Headlines like this are accelerating right now.
What does that mean for my alts? I'm just kidding. What does that mean for pups?
That's the question.
That's the question. I mean, it is on Bitcoin.
It is on Bitcoin.
What does that mean for the Taproot Wizards? Probably nothing. Anyways.
I don't love this, by the way.
Why don't you love this?
I don't, as I've said before, I don't like it when public companies are raising convertible notes. Convertible is debt, right? What we're speaking about with Sailor is that it's okay if it's secure, if it's pref shares. But if GameStop were to go under, of which there's been several times in its past where that could happen, that's 1.3 billion coming and it will get sold. So you are kind of teeing yourself up for like precarious scenarios in the future where, yeah, it could get sold and in not a nice way.
So GameStop, I'm seeing they have roughly 4.8 billion in cash equivalents. Why? Walk us all through. Why would they choose not to use that and go this debt route instead? Because it is a riskier.
Yeah, because debt is okay from if you're in your if you run GameStop, right?
Yeah.
Do you want to dilute yourself, or do you debt is good for management, and at times it can be good for equity holders. There's some stuff in capital structure formation about that. But in a case of a bankruptcy or a company that has been or never, I don't know what GameStop's free cash flow is. Let me just have a look at it. GameStop free cash flow last year, but I imagine they're burning cash. Who knows? Yeah, so they burnt 225 million of free cash flow last year. So this company is like, it's probably fine. That's not crazy versus cash balance. But in the past, it's been through a lot of trouble, and then, like, I would never bet that in 20 years GameStop doesn't go under.
Right.
And then that can lead to a messy sale, essentially. And maybe it's okay, it's only 1.3, but if they continue to do this and they raise like 10, that's not, I mean, that's a risk again. That becomes like Sailor style.
Mm-hmm.
And not everybody's Sailor. So if
Sailor's
everybody
in
was
much
Sailor,
better, in
Right.
many ways, Sailor's in a much better, like his free cash flow burn is basically very low, because he actually does have a residual business which covers quite a lot of the interest expense. GameStop is burning 250 million of free cash flow.
fuck, wow, okay. So
It's
like
not
all these,
crazy, but it's like, that 3 billion is going down lower and lower and lower each year at the moment. And in the past, it's been far higher than that.
BLS is asking you, he's saying they have a ton of cash on hand. What's the issue with raising debt when they have 4x what they're raising in cash? And then does switching to a Bitcoin strategy help them avoid going under?
So does it help them avoid going under? That is a relative question, right? Yes, it may improve their ability to not go under, but if they go under, it's worse for us, right? Like, I don't care if GameStop goes under right now, but like, does it make it a less? You could say, yeah, Bitcoin's better for them as a something to hold, but that means that suddenly your Bitcoin does have a default risk, and that's just not really the case elsewhere.
Okay. Listen, this is above my pay grade. I just hope none of this fucks up, because then it fucks up my bags.
Just take a step back.
Yeah.
Companies raising debt, which is happening a lot to buy Bitcoin,
Mm-hmm.
is like, if your friend did that, right? Your friend comes to you and says, "Hey, I'm going to raise $1 billion," and let's say they have a lot of money already, but they said, "Well, I'm going to raise some debt to do that." You might think that, I don't know, maybe my friend goes bankrupt in 10 years. And
Okay.
Then what happens? In a bankruptcy scenario, often
You have to offload.
it doesn't even have control about what's going to happen. It can get
You
very
have to
messy.
sell, right?
So, like,
that's what happens.
And what we're seeing here is a bunch of our friends are saying, "Hey, we're going to raise some debt to buy Bitcoin," and that's not necessarily a good thing. Yes, it's good for pumping our bags in the short term, but in the medium term, if you have a bunch of debt against Bitcoin, that can mean that things can go wrong. So I'm talking longer term. Like, yeah, like, I don't know. I don't think GameStop's going under in the next year. Like, it's
I see what you mean.
Cash, and it's burning 250 million. Like, that's 12 years of free cash flow burn there, unless they want to do something else. But who knows? GameStop's made some terrible decisions in the past, so
They have, but maybe they're on the pathway to making better decisions. Or not.
Maybe I would. I mean, let me look at GameStop's credit rating
kind of
actually right now.
Out of the whole thing, I like that they're doing it with Michael. Then kind of on their own, like, it looks like they could be advised better, right?
Yeah.
Right. But I see your concern. Very valid. I don't know if Tyler's have more thoughts on that, but that's actually a very valid point Mando's bringing forward. How is MetaPlanet doing it versus GameStop, for example? What's the difference here?
They do a mix. A lot of it has been equity, and I need to. They're not as big in general for MetaPlanet Bitcoin holdings as God, it's so much better asking ChatGPT these sort of questions. So
they have 3,350 Bitcoin as of March 25th, 2025.
So I don't know what that is in dollars, but just off the top of my head.
86,000.
So they have 276 million, right?
Yeah, it's about 290 million, these prices.
So it's
that is significantly smaller.
How much debt do they have? I'm just going to ask, how much do they have? This is always the worry, like, liquidate Sailor. Like, if you do this with debt, there's always a liquidate. There's always a liquidate point.
So they've been doing debt sales, but like smaller. Like, there was an article from 2024 how they're like doing a $11 million debt sale. So they've been doing like smaller batches versus like
that's so they have 75 million of debt. So yeah, it's still not great, but it's not as good as what Sailor is.
I see what you mean.
But it's better than one these guys have.
Okay. That's fair. That's a good point. I like that. Intern, that's a good clip. Let's ask the people what do you think after that. Post this up. Tyler, there was a few other things. I see Jose in the studio. We'll get to you in about 7-ish minutes to talk about what you're building. But Tyler, what else do you have for us? It feels like you had quite a few things.
A few things, and I want to talk about Hyperliquid here in a second because we talked about so much yesterday.
We have to, yeah.
I quickly want to talk about the Stable Act of 2025. So we had the full text released yesterday. Nick Cannon broke it down. Some highlights here. No yield-bearing stables are going to be included. So those are prohibited. Banks, credit unions, non-banks are approved to issue them. They have to be 1-to-1 reserves of cash, treasury bills less than 93 days, or other highly liquid, safe assets. Let's see, states can certify their own stablecoin regimes as well, but they have to meet or exceed the federal standards, and then no algo stables for at least the next 2 years. So those are the quick highlights. We'll see how these progress. It does seem like, at least from what the congressmen are telling us, this is a priority right now. They're trying to push these through Congress. So expect more news on that front. I think that's the story. I do want to talk about Hyperliquid now. So we went through what was happening yesterday on the show, and then shortly after, I'd say probably within about 30 minutes after we closed out our conversation, we got the resolution. Effectively, they implemented this rule where if someone is exploiting the protocol, it goes against their terms of service, they have the option to perform this automated liquidation. So effectively, I think, as I understood it, JellyJelly was trading around $40 million, and they liquidated the position at around a $9 million price point after Hyperliquid validators voted to do that. So that's my understanding situation. Mando, I don't know if you have a better read on how it played out.
I thought initially that Binance and OKX had been the good guys and taken over the position.
Turns out they weren't. And
it seems as though actually this was them. Now everyone, it was crime season, baby. Like crime from everyone. Like, are they the one that did who did the JellyJelly? Who knows? But like, let's say that person's an independent third person. Maybe you'd call that crime, or like you'd say that an exploit. I don't know if that's crime.
But can I ask you if this is crime? If Hyperliquid's platform allowed this to happen?
I think what Hyperliquid did was the most crime. Because
the Oracle thing is not, like, they're calling it suspicious market activity that goes against the terms of services. Therefore, they settled for their own Oracle price. Is that what happened, Mando?
I mean, it is a gray area because, like, is that market manipulation or not, or is that just that's crypto? Like, they were the people that put that on there. They put the LP on there. Like they knew the LP of the position they had on there, and then it's a market for other people to see that exploit or see that risk and go for it. That's not there must have been hundreds of people involved in buying JellyJelly yesterday, right? So for me, I feel like Hyperliquid were the ones that did the most crime, but I maybe would have done the same. I mean, almost 100% would have done the same thing in their scenario too, right? Like, perform a little bit of crime, save the protocol. Yeah, why not? Like I said on this show, I thought there was a 10% or more probability there that they could lose 50% or more of their treasury, and I think that would have happened.
They ended up in profit of $700,000.
Right, so it was at max. It was max crime. Like they decided the price.
Sometimes you just gotta shut off the fucking exchange. I mean, you know, it's happened before. Sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do for the sake of the people. You know,
this is crypto, man. Like TIC.
So not impact. So that's what happened.
So this is what happened exactly, right? Like, shout out to Abi here. So validators rapidly decided to delist Jelly Perps. So they delisted it, adjusted the Oracle price significantly down to $0.0095 per Jelly, closing all open positions, publicly communicated quick actions transparently. True story. They were very quick to communicate. Normal users, excluding flagged wallets, automatically compensated, no action needed. So the financial outcomes that Hyperliquid turned potential multi-million-dollar loss into a $703,000 realized profit after adjustment. HLP depositors fully protected and even profited $687,000 daily profit, despite initial care. Now, the market perception is true. That's another conversation, right? Like the whole centralized conversation. Then ZachXBT came up at them. saying, well, you didn't do it when it was North Korea, but you're doing it when this is at stake. So I think then it's just a matter of the court of public opinion, right? That's what's happening right now, I guess. What are your thoughts, Tyler? Like, because for me, it's like, what happens to the people? And that was a question I was in the comments at all. A lot that cashed out, scared of what was potentially about to happen. Yes, you make the people who are in the trade whole, but there's no way to make people whole if they cashed out.
Mhm.
Zero way.
Which was me. So I ended up selling my hype position basically at the bottom, and I withdrew my funds. It was an amount that I wasn't comfortable losing.
I see.
So I made the risk decision, and now I've been sleeping on it, trying to decide if I want to buy the position back or not.
Should maybe wait for this to play out a bit.
Yeah, there's other factors playing out in macro right now as well.
Yeah.
But I still haven't seen the response of, okay, what are they going to do moving forward? Like, take these tokens. Like, what are your risk procedures to take these tokens off your platform that have these tiny liquidity pools, that have these tiny market caps relative to crypto majors? Like, how are you going to prevent this from happening again? Because as I understand it, it can happen again right now with other tokens that are.
Well, they have a ton of like, they still have like Chill Guy, for example, on there,
Yeah.
right? Or like,
there's 5 other coins that have similar.
like
size.
Chill Guy USD. Chill Guy's trading at what? Like 30 mil or something? 3 mil? I don't know where it's at.
Yeah, exactly. Goat is similar, and they're still there. So I'm definitely not going to be buying back until they've at least addressed that. With that said, my gut read is that most market participants here have memories of a goldfish, and they're going to move past this. And as long as Hyperliquid volumes continue to grind up, they continue to eat into market share, I think the Hyperliquid bulls will continue to be loud, and that may be enough to continue to.
I saw some like beef within that as well, right? Like I saw like Stoic Savage. He's a pretty big Hyperliquid guy. And I get kicked out of some chat. And there was a whole thing, and Kobe commented. Like there is also some people that are not really happy part of the Hyperliquid, like bulls. Like it was the first time I saw like Hyperliquid bulls themselves not being very happy about this, honestly.
Hyperliquid TVL, and TVL obviously is important for like volume.
That was ironic, by the way. The Big Get founder trying to play higher. Anyways, go ahead. So that was funny. You can tell they're scared.
Was it 690 million on February 10th, and it's now at 270. So their TVL has gone down a lot, which is like the money that's gone into it. I actually like Hyperliquid. I had money on there yesterday, you know, and I didn't really care about the ETH stuff, but like all this is for me, and this is not really their fault. They are gonna people are gonna continue to try and attack them.
Well, and rightfully so, because they're scared of them, right? I'm not saying it's right to do it, nor that it's not criminal, but like you can tell Binance and Co are kind of like worried about that.
$275 million or $250 million of treasury, right?
Yes.
And remember, their whole insurance fund, the whole point of owning Hype, right? They have an insurance fund which they make money from. What have they been doing with that? They've been buying Hype. So it's not like they have, like, if something goes wrong, we've got USD. If something goes wrong with Liquid, they're going to have to dump Hype, right?
Right.
So I don't know, but I'm sitting there going like, 275 million, it nearly just got took down by JellyJelly. Like, that's not that much. If someone was to go and do something, and they, you know, you can do 200 million plus trades on there. A lot of whales can do unbelievable size of trades on there. So it's more like if you were, I don't know how to describe it. If any of you trade futures, you're always aware of your liquidation price. And think about the size that's going through Hyperliquid and the size of collateral that you can deal with that. And I would say that it's started to get a little bit like, I like Hyperliquid. I had money on there yesterday, but the fact that it can get taken down by JellyJelly, or could have been, points to the idea that like one thing could wipe out like 50% of their treasury here. And the only way to save that would be then to dump Hype, which they've been buying, and that's been the pitch.
Okay. We'll see. I mean, yesterday CZ was like retweeting shit. Like Do you guys see like also like is it his girlfriend, his wife that runs it?
I think it's his
Like
wife now.
it's like
you know?
commenting like, okay, got it. Like someone's like, hey, Binance, you could do the funniest thing to JellyJelly, whatever. And then she's like, okay, got it. Or like CZ was because me too at first I was like, wait, are OKX and Binance coming in to help out and bail him out? No, it turns out I think they were trying to like, do the opposite. But and then a lot of other founders came out again. So you can tell they're genuinely like kind of scared of that Hyperliquid mind share in a way. So I guess it's bullish for Hyperliquid. I don't know.
It's one interpretation. So this episode is not closed. I think that's the take. We need to see their response and then let this have some time to settle a little bit. I know we're going to go to our guest. Frog, I quickly want to talk about this Walrus news. We've been talking about Walrus on this show for the last few months. Now you all know why. Their main in their Walrus token opened at $650 million market cap, $2.6 billion FDV this morning.
Wow.
So again, that token, it's included in their decentralized storage ecosystem, payments for storage, staking for security governance. They're also going to have a deflationary burning mechanism. They announced a launch partner. The Claim stores are coming over to help them launch a notable NFT project from Solana.
No way.
Oh man, huge day for Sway, huge day for Walrus. I think this.
But Klano is moving?
My expectations were high. This beat my expectations for where this was going to come out.
No, me too. I mean, I've said before, they've come on our show as show partners and they're partners on the Decrypt side. So not on less on the Rock side, but more on Decrypt because we're storing our data and like the article stuff as I've explained there. And they're a good partner. And they have a lot of it's Mistin Labs, right? So it's not like nobody is launching this thing. It's like actually like really big team and very respected in the industry. I think Sui looks good. Sui also caught a good bit on the back of that, right?
Yeah.
So it's good to see. By the way, the market's bouncing nicely, guys. I like it. 187, 139. Turnaround Thursday, baby. By the way, the code for Robit today, GameStop. GameStop is the code. So if you go to rafflebot.xyz, rafflebot.xyz, all the details are on screen. The code is GameStop. You can have today. I put 10% chance to win a penguin. Still put the punk too. So we're being generous. So come and try and win. And then there was one more last thing. Do we want to push the poly market convo tomorrow, Tyler? Just because it's kind of a big topic.
Yeah, we need more time. We need more time for that. We need more time for Ghibli. And
yeah, let's do that.
ChatGPT 04.
Damn, I actually have a call with Uma tomorrow after the show. Let's talk about the poly market news tomorrow because actually big. It's relevant. I'm sure a lot of people want to know also how we would react to that. So it's important. And then also the Ghibli stuff is fun. I have to say though, I really like it. I want to go deeper into that, but I think it's fun. I was called out yesterday by the timeline. I was called poor for not paying for OpenAI ChatGPT.
Yes.
You guys pay $25 a month for it?
Yes, we do. It's a Starbucks bill. Yeah, I spend more than that on coffee every week.
It's not a Starbucks bill. Have you seen Bongo's meal for $40?
I think 04 image generation is the biggest 0 to 1 moment since ChatGPT launched.
Mando's like a ChatGPT maximalist. Like that motherfucker like uses it like nonstop.
Of course. It's amazing.
Yeah, so does Vanessa. Vanessa uses it for like recipes, calorie counting, all sorts of shit, health, wellness. Like she's like always talking to ChatGPT. Like I hear her all day, like asking questions to the thing. She's fully replaced Google. I need to get to that. I just started like last 2 weeks ago. I wanted to do like my average Sonic buys because I bought so many different levels. So I threw it onto ChatGPT and I got my average. I was like, fuck yeah. So that was good. It's like if I bought X amount at that price, X amount at this price, and Y amount at this price, how much is my average? And I was like, fuck yeah. But yeah. Okay. Well, I like the Ghibli stuff. Ghibli. Tyler messed me up. So, anyways, yeah. I posted on my little Instagram like a picture of me and my family from Persian New Year in Ghibli style. I thought it was super cute. I love the colors. It's a good vibe. I also got my office Ghibli-fied. I'll show you guys. I'll post it after. Anyways, shall we get to our today's show partner, Jose Pereira? Jose, are you ready? I see your cameras. There he is. Jose, what up? Good morning. How you doing today?
Thank you much. Good morning to all. How are you?
We're good. We're great. Thank you for being here. Thank you for being a show partner. Jose, where are you calling in from?
Dubai.
We'll be there.
Dubai.
Habibi. We'll be there in exactly a month from now. I land in Dubai for Token 2049. It's gonna be fun.
That's amazing. Yeah.
we're throwing a banger of an event. I hope you're gonna come. We'll send you an invite to the
Absolutely.
show. So you got to be there. It's gonna be fun. I think Ovi's gonna be there too, Mando, for the rec side. So that'll be good. Anyways, Jose, we're not here to talk about Dubai, nor to talk about us. We're here to talk about you and Own and what you guys are doing. RWAs are hot. It's the number one thing TradFi is interested in per the last report. The number one thing TradFi is interested in real world assets, which is really cool. So Jose, why don't you give us a little introduction of yourself and what you guys do over at Own?
Yeah, no, thank you very much. Well, my name is Jose Pereira, director at OWN. And what we're doing is basically solving an access problem that a lot of markets have to high quality assets. We've started with an exchange called Facet. We're regulated across 9 markets. We have 220,000 users that are already buying tokenized assets. NVIDIA stocks, Apple, S&P 500, bonds. And the reason is because in the markets where we have started growing our user base, they solve a fundamental problem, because in markets like Pakistan, Indonesia, for example, you cannot just open an account in Robinhood. So the benefit that we have here is like I said, it's more impactful than a convenience benefit that you have in more developed markets. I think that in developed markets, there's a different thesis for RWAs. The B2B proposition is completely different. But what we're doing is that we are leveraging the distribution power that we built over the years, the portfolio of licenses, to combine it with an infrastructure that's open for developers to build permissionlessly. And the vision is to become the go-to chain for real-world assets.
Wow. Okay, this is really cool. And so you guys are in L2, right? And there's obviously a lot of L2s right now, Jose. We talk about that a lot on the show, actually. And so why don't you tell us, like, obviously there's many L2s launching every month, a lot of L2s. What's the reason for the RWA focus behind yours?
It's the concentration of the RWA ecosystem. So like I said, we have an starting user base of people that are already interested in buying, and that is our funnel to DeFi. So they start to buy the first stocks, we send them to DeFi where they can have more advanced yields, more advanced products, so you have all of the benefits of composability. Our chain is built in partnership with Arbitrum and Gelato. And what we want to do is basically unify the whole user journey from your local currency, call it your Indonesian rupiah, all the way to your most advanced, let's say the DeFi product, having everything into one seamless user journey. Okay, interesting. This is good. When did you guys launch this? We haven't launched yet. So we're going to have our tested up in 3 weeks. And then that's when we're going to have an onboarding for developers to come and start integrating. But we plan to launch our mainnet after summer. Okay, and you guys work with Arbitrum. Nice. Yes. So you're like an Orbit chain? Yes, exactly. Arbitrum Orbit. So right now we're settling trades on Arbitrum. All of the trading volume that we already have in Facet is going to migrate. All of those assets are going to migrate to our own chain. So that's one of the reasons why we're launching our own, because we have that starting volume, starting user base that we can leverage from day one. No, I totally get it. Shout out to Arbitrum, good people out there. So obviously RWAs, I was saying earlier, because I just read a report from Paradigm that the biggest sector that TradFi is most interested, the number one. So what do you feel that OWN is in the best position to make RWAs on-chain a reality? Why you guys? Yeah, so that's where you see that we see incomplete solutions across the spectrum. That means that you have industry trade-offs. You have some that specialize in one thing, could be the regulatory, others are going to be open, but you cannot have all of these in one. What we're doing with the integration of OWN and Facet is trying to provide the complete solution, which we think is actually the real solution. So if you look on the left, you have ones where you need to sort out all of your licenses as a builder, whereas it's difficult to have the openness and the regulatory. So you have other players like, for example, Security, Plume, that have high specialized tech, but their licenses are more focused on certain jurisdictions. What we want to do is have the broadest access tech, the distribution with Facet. And the accumulation of builders. Okay, I see. So how can people, like anyone here listening to you today, get involved with OWN? Like, because obviously you said you haven't launched yet. So when something has launched, usually there's an opportunity for players to come in and do something, Yeah, no, we're looking for anyone that is aligned with the vision. If it's a builder that wants a regulated path to distribution, we can facilitate that. Our infrastructure is open to all the builders, and on a case-by-case basis, we can leverage our portfolio of licenses through integration with Facet. So I think our main priority right now is connecting with all the devs and builders in the community, building something in RWA, and any community members that would want to be part of our token launch eventually, that would also be the people that we would love to connect with.
Okay, so you heard it here first. There's also points on there. We love points. We love points over here. So there's definitely a place to farm and stuff. Last question for you, I guess, Jose, is like, what excites you most about being in all this? Like, what do you see the future for you guys?
Well, sorry, can you repeat that, please?
What excites you the most about what you guys are doing? Like, what excites you most about what you got coming up?
Well, we're seeing our numbers grow on a monthly base. So we're just excited about seeing real adoption, real assets. I think, like you were talking before, there's a change of sentiment in the markets because there was a burnout from all the speculation, like the normal market bubbles that we see in crypto, the assets that were not backed, the things that happen with meme coins, that I think that people are waking up to investing in something that is backed by assets that are actually productive. So what excites me the most is that we've been building this for the last 5 years as Facet. So to have the narrative actually catching up on the value proposition that we bring by connecting these assets to blockchain is what excites me the most.
Okay, I love that. Yeah, we love our WAs. Tyler's always reporting on how much money's on there and everything. So definitely a lot of stuff to get, a lot of alpha. So check him out. It's iown.xyz. Nice domain as well.
Yes.
iown.xyz. You can follow them on own_xyz, own_xyz, and iown.xyz, and get involved, y'all. I mean, this is another opportunity to farm something that's about to launch. Looks like there's a lot of launches coming up this year. So this is another good one. I see you can even win a gold chain. Love that. So there's a lot of different opportunities here to get involved. Jose, thank you so much for partnering with us today, and thank you for coming here. And best of luck.
Thank you so much.
All right, brother. Have a good one. All right. So are we ready to win? Are we ready? Wow, this market is back. I love this. I like this market, boys. Like, obviously I'm back in like pretty bigly, and so I look a little more, and like every time, like we've been defending certain levels pretty well, boys. Like even Bitcoin sold everything. I like that.
Give me that.
Mando,
give me that 89K by Friday.
Oh shit, the Myriad line. I forgot.
Underwater.
Wait, let's check out Myriad for a second before we get to these things. So shout out to the poker tournament that happened yesterday. So Mando,
we're gonna talk about
by the way, Keyboard Monkey did win the market. Just to tell you, but hold on before you laugh. Onsem won the most, so he came first. KBM second, and your boy third. So I know you were laughing, saying, "Oh, you even play poker, motherfucker." I came third, and I make money. Nice little $3,000 payday for your boy. So that was not bad. It was like 25, 30K at hand at most. So KBM beat me for hand one. This is where you won. First hand we get in. First hand of the game. I'm nearly all in, half my stack. I get a king high flush, and he still manages to beat that with a king over sevens full house. Yeah. Pretty wild, right? That was the hand. I thought that was crazy. Yeah, comeback of the year. I know, right? I had 100K tokens left. I left with 700,000. That was pretty big. I think Jintao lost like 1.2 million Pengu, but we're gonna run these back a lot. You guys should play nice. You guys play poker?
I played a little bit of poker, not for a while.
Whatever.
It was very popular in my TradFi days.
Yeah, of course. Ty, you play a little poker?
I'm a fish. I get run over by the good guys.
I'm a fish too, though, and there was a lot of sharks at the table. I just play, I just put your balls on a table. You know what I mean? The code is GameStop. So let me go through these Myriad markets for a second. So give people another minute to put the code. Raffleball.xyz. The code is GameStop. So boys, this market is very interesting. It's got $55,000 of volume. I'm not gonna lie. The yes at 13%.
8-1, yeah. I mean, 8-1 when we hit 89.
Mando, I don't know about that, but only 13% of people have Bitcoin price above 89,000.
That is missed. Oh, by tomorrow. Where's it now?
87.2, bro.
Yeah, that's mispriced. 2%? 2% move in Bitcoin is a yeah, no,
Is at 13%. Yes.
for sure. Also, like, you have to remember there are a lot of options. This is a really good day to do this, by the way, because this is a quarter end. A quarter end means that like a lot of options expire. So you get like, and it's a Friday, right? So you're going to get like billion. I don't know what the figure will be, but I reckon you're talking, and you always like, is this a big deal? It'll be a big deal tomorrow. There'll be billions of options that expire, I think, tomorrow. Some may have expired on the 20th, but the majority will expire tomorrow.
Damn.
I'm gonna double down.
So that's not, yeah, I don't think that probably takes into account that level of volatility, because I imagine a lot of them are probably set around 90K.
Yeah. I don't know, man.
All right. Or
I if I was putting money on this market, so I can't really at the moment like actually do it. If I were to do this, I mean, you guys know me, I also like to gamble a little bit, but 89K. I am positioned.
I know that now, Farouk.
What?
That you like to gamble a little bit.
Yeah, you like that? I'm like top 5 on the leaderboard. I can't post. Oh, there you go. Try boosting. No, fuck yeah, I'm not boosting my post. I don't need to boost my post. Everybody go retweet my shit. But we're nearing $1 million of volume on Myriad, so we could, use everybody's help. That's fine. Yeah, I do love to gamble, man. Though I'm cooking, though, like literally, like I'm just fucking.
You actually have a pretty yeah, you have a pretty diligent strategy. You've gone more defensive in your trading strategy.
I've grown.
And then when you get that flutter, you just kind of go on and do a little flutter. I think that's probably good for you. I think that's probably good for a lot of people.
It's helped my edge a lot. Like I do play a lot of blackjack lately. I'm not even gonna lie. Like I played a little this morning. I played last night. I play a little bit every day. But if I lose, I lose. I have a daily budget, and if I win, I win. But I cash it out all the time, and it's taking me away from the trenches, which is amazing. And I just let my spot ride. So I'm all spotting. I'm spot.
You spend it, right?
Pardon?
You like actually you put it straight to the spending.
So since in Canada, gambling is non-taxable.
Exactly,
every dollar is a whole dollar. So I put it directly in my crypto credit card. So I don't even cash it out. So it goes directly in my crypto credit card. Or like I give money to my mom type shit. You know what I mean? Like stuff like that. And
then you tell the Canadian tax authorities, then you leave, Yeah,
that's it. And it's real. I mean, I get my, Yeet and Robit or whoever can get me a little statement of my winnings. You prove it. It's real gains at a casino. So,
Similarly, gambling in Portugal is also not taxable.
Incredible. That's amazing. Listen.
Unless you are a professional gambler.
It's the same here. Unless you're professional. Yeah. I'm not a professional. I'm a professional media company founder. And I gamble on the side. You know what? As am I. Anyways, check it out. But also, Tyler, we have the Fear and Greed index over or under 45, March 29th. Where is it at? Right now it's at 40. Ooh, it's going to be over today. Look at this chart, boys. Look at this chart on the Fear and Greed. What do you got, Tyler?
I don't know. I feel like people are afraid right now. I think I'm on the. I think I would be on. Well, at 65%. The lines are kind of correlated to a degree. Oh, so we have more time on this one.
Yeah, one more day.
It's 89K. We'll probably go back to 45, but then you got a whole weekend to sweat.
Yeah, it really reeks of bitch on our timeline. We're in this weird phase where people are not scared to go risk on. Just fucking risk on and wait.
Well,
worst case is down if you're spot.
Every major bank just revised down their price, the S&P 500 price targets for the year. That kind of spooked some folks.
Oh well. Let's give away some money. How's that? And then we'll talk tomorrow about it. I really want to talk about the stuff going on. All right, who wins? Oh, Solana Zai. Solana Zai. Is that a ticker? Tweets are protected. Solana and Zai. Two of my favorite things. All right, Solana Zai, consultant, advisor, Web3X, Mintify, Crypto Skulls, NFT Now, Massa Labs, Super Team and Solana Maxi, Solana and Zai. I like that. How you doing? How you doing? I'm assuming you're doing well. I see you on stage. How about we give you some money right now? How about we give you some money right now? I see some man's comment from earlier. All right, Solana Zai. I see you. I see you sending me. You don't have to speak. Don't worry. I see you sending emojis. You're good. Oh, you're here. You're here. Don't worry. You don't have to unmute. You're good. You're totally fine. You're totally fine.
GM.
Oh, GM, what's up? Are you ready to make some money? I spot. Wow, you win a red guy. I hit click by accident and you won a red guy. So I love that. I love that. Congratulations, Solana Zai. You just won a wonderful red guy, which red guys are actually doing very good right now because Ovi's cooking. I really want the new abstract, the new abstract drink. You know, I find the new model interesting. You can just drink things. So it's an interesting one. Anyway, Solana Zai, congratulations. You want a red guy. Tyler, I will see you tomorrow morning. Same for Mando, 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time for another episode of FOMO Hour on Rug Radio. Let's go.